Sonic Sunrise.
Flo, we've discussed this. Mornings are for coffee and contemplation.
WERG.
Good morning, Erie. You are listening to the Sonic Sunrise here on 90.5 WERG. It is now time for my favorite part of the morning, which is What's the Why, where I ask distinguished faculty and staff from Gannon the why behind the work they do. I am joined by Jaime McCaslin this morning, who is here to talk about her why. Hi, Jaime.
Hi, Maddie.
Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jaime McCaslin. Like you said, I am the Associate Dean of Student Development Engagement here at Gannon University.
Awesome. We're going to hear more from Jaime coming up this morning.
Sonic Sunrise. WERG.
You are listening to What's the Why here on the Sonic Sunrise. I am joined by Jaime McCaslin. And Jaime, you recently became the Associate Dean for Student Development and Engagement. Could you tell us a little bit about your position and what it entails?
Yeah, I would love to. So my position is very similar to my director role, where I'm still overseeing the first year experience for our Gannon students, which includes summer orientation, welcome week, and Gannon 101, which is the first year seminar course. But it also includes some different aspects of the university as well, too. So we recently absorbed the Waldron Campus Center facility management. So that building is now being oversaw by our subdivision of leadership development and campus engagement, including all campus engagement and event management. So anytime you need to reserve a room on campus or have an event on campus, whether that's faculty or staff or students, we're helping you along that process and reserving the room, signing contracts, helping with setup needs, and anything else you need to have a successful event on campus. My position also is supporting of retention efforts, so that includes our Chat with Victor AI chatbot, if you've ever talked with him, and also just some other retention aspects of making sure that students are persisting and being successful here at college and being successful at Gannon specifically to all the way to graduation.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing, and we'll hear more from Jaime coming up.
The best rock on the radio on 90.5 WERG.
You are listening to What's the Why here on the Sonic Sunrise. I am joined by Jaime McCaslin, who is the Associate Dean for Student Development and Engagement. Jaime, it is getting to that time of year when high school students start making their college decisions. Why should students choose Gannon, and how do you and your team ensure that their first year experience is fulfilling?
That is such a good question, Maddie. I think it's different for everybody and what they're looking for, which I think is why Gannon is such a good place and a special place to be. If you're an athlete, we have very successful athletic programs. Specific majors have ingrained experiences right in your first semester even to experience those opportunities, so you're not here for several semesters before you find out if that's something you're really interested in doing. So a lot of that interactive, like real life experience you can get very early on here. I also think our location's very lucky, so I know it's been very cold and wintry this season, but being on the Great Lake and being in this size of a city, I think really meets a lot of different needs for our students, whether it's you want something different or something similar. You can get that with our location here. So again, I think it depends on the student, what your needs is of why you would choose Gannon. But we're also thinking about that through the first year experience and making sure that that's a successful time for you. So transition looks different for everybody. So we really think about that whenever we're building out our orientation schedule and our welcome week schedule. We want to make sure that we're meeting the needs of all students. So you don't have to be the most extroverted student to make friends. We can create small environments for you to feel comfortable and bonding with others and finding that sense of belonging. And also your well-being. Transition can also be very nerve-wracking for some students and trying to figure out how to navigate that. So we try to set you up with all the services and the people around you in your Gannon 101 course to really help you navigate campus resources and the people and the things you might need those first couple weeks and even those first couple semesters.
Now, I may be biased, but I think Gannon is pretty great. So if you're considering Gannon, I highly recommend it.
Good morning!
Sonic Sunrise.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
WERG.
You are listening to What's the Why here on the Sonic Sunrise. I am joined by Jaime McCaslin, who is the Associate Dean for Student Development and Engagement here on campus. And it is now time for the question of the hour. Jaime, what's the why behind the work you do at Gannon and in the Erie community?
This is also a great question, and I've been thinking about it since you asked me to be on the show. And I really think the why behind the work that I do really revolves around my own personal experiences at college. I was a first-gen college student, so I didn't know a lot about coming to Gannon or a university at all. And even so that I thought by filling out the FAFSA meant that my tuition was paid. I didn't realize I had more bills to pay, and when I had a hold on my account, I was like, what was I supposed to do? I don't know if I can come back to college. So I understand that it can be very confusing if you don't have maybe the support system or the education or the knowledge about going to college and what that means for you. So I really feel like that drives a lot of the decision making, the planning and programming that we do, specifically in the first year experience. I wasn't originally going to college to work in higher ed, but I had such an impactful growth experience and development experience in my college career that when I found out that you could go to college and go to graduate school to learn more about student development and engagement and providing that for other students, I really felt like that was something that I could do a really good job at and also enjoy and hopefully make an impact in other students' lives.
Wonderful, and thank you for joining me this morning here on What's the Why.